So good morning. Today we are going to see about types of tender. There are different types of tender. There's open tenders, limited tenders, single tenders, and then rate contract. So first, it is open tender. So open tender is very common, which we everyone will be. It is open tender something, but it is open to everyone. It might be through an advertisement through dailies, that is newspaper or something, or through any journal. So this type of tender invites the contractors to bid by open advertisement in ITJ, that is Indian trade journals or some newspapers. So next one is limited tenders. In limited tenders, only selected number of contractors will be invited to the advertisement, will be invited to quote their rates for the supply of articles. Next one is single or negotiated tender. So single or negotiated tender is nothing but it means invitation to only one firm to render a service by quoting their rates. It will be given to only one firm to quote their rates. If the client finds that the quote rates are too high, then there may be negotiations prior to the agreement of the contract, which I have mentioned as rate contract. Is rate contract. So this contract is normally used for supply of store items. It specifies the supply at a fixed rate during the period of contract. The quantities are not mentioned in this type of contract, and the contractor is bound to accept any order which would be placed before him. So, what are those advantages of calling tender? So, lowest bid can be obtained due to competition. So that instead of if it might be see if I am doing a work, it might take for me it might be for 1 lakh of cost of rupees, and for another person it might be of 2 lakhs. So it will be the same work, but for me it is 1 lakh, but for she it is 2 lakhs. So in that case, if my work is good and the quality is good, it can be afforded. If it is available for 1 lakh, then the contractors can take in this one. Then the tender can be given for this 1 lakh, right? So that is the main concept. So lowest bid can be obtained due to competition, and then contractor selection can be made upon previous experience. Quality of work can be assured. Personal interest partiality can be eliminated. See, what are the details to be mentioned in notice inviting tenders? That notice which will be given in the advertisement. Everyone have seen, right? So, yes. So, the name and address of the procuring entity, the designation and address of the tender inviting authority, name of the scheme, project or program for which the procurement to be affected, the date up to which and places from where the tender documents can be obtained, amount of earnest money deposit payable, the date, time, and place for opening of tenders received, any other information the tender inviting authority considers relevant. So the tender documents contains notice invite. See, tender tenders has been prepared, and then the tender documents which should be completely submitted for the contract. So what it should contain is notice inviting tender, tender form, schedule of quantity of works, special terms and conditions, complete specification, and then approved drawing.